So one of my favorite things about messing in this SMB space or this blue collar industry as a whole is that we have blue collar customers. Those customers are the heartbeat of America, right? These are small to mid-sized companies. They've been family owned. They've been running them for who knows how long. They're passion projects, right? They know what they make. They could be valves, pumps, widgets, what have you. They know that product, but better yet, they know their customers. And they're subject matter experts in that. And then here comes freight, something they have to do to just get their product to their end consumer without a high level of understanding about that. And I see this all the time in the SMB space. And one of the things that I don't want to say it irks me, but there's a common trend here. And typically they will take just an individual contributor role type and put them in a position to be subject matter experts. And better yet, they're spending all of that company's money. And unfortunately, a lot of these SMB shippers, they don't have controls or any system to measure this on. In fact, they just get one GL account that has all their freight spend in it. This could be parcel, LTL, air freight, bringing in their imports from overseas if there's raw materials or wherever they gather those. And then it just gets into one bucket. And a lot of the times, that's why that kind of flies by, right? Or goes right over the head because it's mixed in with a lot of other costs. Now, this is also why we started My Carrier, was to give more control back, not only to that small business owner, but that individual contributor that he chooses to have this role and to spend that company money so that this business owner can have checks and balances, can see who they're rating the freight with, who they're shipping with, have one central repository for all their data, to leverage that data to be able to negotiate rates, right? To understand who am I shipping with? How much money am I spending? And I can't tell you how many times I've talked to some of these small business owners and I ask them, I go, well, what's your LTL spend? A lot. But they can't get to the penny, much less to the carrier they spend it with or break it into time frames. And then how do you really get to your core metrics like cost per 100 pounds to ship material? How do you take that a step further and start understanding your cost metrics on state-to-state routing and understand where you might be winning or losing? And because they don't have a lot of visibility or control mechanisms in place, you don't know what you don't know, and they end up flying blind on this until it becomes a pain point. And then sometimes it's too late and you're in a little bit of panic mode just trying to figure out, well, how did these costs get so high? And why am I losing in this area? Now, tools like My Carrier that we offer give you that control, that visibility, but they give your individual contributor, those team members that are impacting your business, they give them a process to flow, one central place where all this exists, where multiple people from your company can collaborate, and it's a great start because it houses all your data, all your information, all your core metrics. And I've always said this, I can tolerate losing, barely. But what I hate more than losing is not knowing why I lost or how to correct it. So I think that's one of the beautiful things about just using our platform is being able to have one central repository, one place to collect everything to manage and measure your business.